guys, it's Reagan and today I'm here to film my October book haul. I got a lot of books in the month of October. This month was very stressful and I alleviated a lot of that stress by getting a lot of books. So let's just get started, shall we? The very first book I'm going to show you guys is very much an obvious one, and that is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the new illustrated edition that came out. It came out by Scholastic. This thing is majestic. I read it this month and it's just such a new experience of Harry Potter. It houses full page colored illustrations and they're so amazing, and they're done by one of my favorite illustrators, Jim Kay. I really loved this. I mean, I think this is a book for any Harry Potter lover out there. It's so great. It's so great. I can't even fathom how big the 7th one is going to be though, or the 5th one, because this is already a mammoth. And it's only the first one. The next book I have to show you guys, I picked up actually a little while ago, but I forgot. It was like in a weird place on my bookshelf and I overlooked it for my last book haul, which says something about how many books I own. But it's The Stolen Songbird by Danielle L. Jensen. I picked this up because I'm kind of on the market for some new fantasy that I haven't really heard much about. This actually has a lot of reviews and a lot of positive reviews on Goodreads, but I haven't really seen much about it on BookTube, so I thought I'd get it. It's about like witches and trolls. I think it houses a lot of traditional fantastical elements, which makes me really, really excited, and I know this is at least a trilogy. It might even have more books than that, but I'm definitely excited to pick this guy up very soon because fantasy. Next up we have a sequel, and that is The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. This is the sequel to not The Heart of Darkness, that's by Joseph Conrad. This is the sequel to The Kiss of Deception by the same author. I read that book when it came out last year and really enjoyed it, and I haven't yet picked this up, but I'm very much excited to continue on with the series. This is a young adult fantasy trilogy, I'm pretty sure, and it follows our main character who has a very level head on her shoulders, and she's dealing with a lot of political issues. In this book, the politics, I believe, are going to go to a new height, and I'm very excited to go there. The selling point of the first book is she has two men after her. One is trying to kill her, one is trying to marry her, but she doesn't know who it is, and neither do I. It's very interesting. I liked it a lot. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to pick up the sequel soon. The next book was sent to me for review by Adaptive Studios, who I am working with for this video, and it is DC Trip. DC Trip comes out November 3rd, and I will link the pre-order link down below for you, as well as I will link the book trailer here and down there for your enjoyment. This book honestly sounds hilarious, and you can kind of get that feel from the cover. It's about a teacher's first chaperoning experience to like a school trip to DC, like high schoolers who are up to no good, antics, drinking, other things that happen in high school. And basically she's co-chaperoning this, and her other co-chaperone, she embarrassed herself quite horribly in front of last year's mixer. Honestly, this just sounds so funny. I think it's gonna be a great combination of like teen angst high school drama with just like a quirky main character who's just funny. So I'm really looking forward to this one. It sounds like a good time. This book was sent to me unsolicited by HarperCollins, but it really interested me, so I thought I would include it in this video. And it is Taking Aim, and it's a collection of short stories by a lot of different authors, but it's about teenagers and guns. I'm assuming it's very much centered around gun violence and the question of guns in our society. As many of you I'm sure are aware, we've had a lot of gun violence issues, seemingly endless amounts of gun violence issues in the past decade. So I think this will be a very poignant and important read, and it really interested me when I got it in the mail. So yeah. The next couple of items were sent to me in the last Percy pack for this month, and the first thing being an arc of Magnus Chase, The Gods of Asgard, Book 1 to Rick Riordan's new trilogy, which I've already read and reviewed, which I will link down below for you guys. And this is really exciting. It basically has the cover on this swanky box and just in arc on the inside here. Along with that, they also sent some face paint, which is really cool, in Magnus Chase's colors, and they also sent candy corn, which I already ate. Next book I'm going to show you is an obvious one, and it is the finished edition of Magnus Chase by Rick Riordan. I have to say, I think this is my favorite coverings of all of Rick Riordan's books. It's so pretty, like the color gradient and the spine and just like the ombre effect. It's just really really, really pretty. And if you're not aware, this is Rick Riordan's new trilogy centered around Norse mythology, which I might have already mentioned. It's really good. I really liked it. I've already read it, like I just mentioned, but yeah, finished copy. The Hyperion also sent me another arc this month, and it is Passengers by Alexandra Brack. This is her jumping through time history novel that I'm really, really, really excited for, and this is a more finalized arc versus the one that we got at BEA, which is very exciting, and it's blurbed by Sarah J. Maas, which just makes it so great. This is definitely one of my most highly anticipated books of next year. I'm very pumped about it, and this also came with a letter from Alexandra Bracken herself, and I was like, hold up. She knows who I am? What? The next couple of books are the books I got from Book Outlet. Like many of you know, I have a Book Outlet page, which I will leave down below. The first Book Outlet book I have that I got is Biggest Flirts by Jennifer Eccles. I've actually had my eye on this book for so long. As many of you know, I'm not the biggest contemporary person. I don't usually read a lot of them, but when this came out 2 years ago, I was like, I want to read that. But I couldn't justify paying full price. But when I saw it for like $3, I was like, okay. And this is just a really fun high school contemporary following two people who get voted as like the biggest flirts in high school. And they're not together, but then I think some stuff happens and apparently it's funny. I don't know, I'm hoping it's really, really cute. The next thing I got was just something I was meaning to pick up and just didn't. And it is Noggin by John Corley Whaley, the same guy who wrote Where Things Come Back, which I read last year and totally loved. This particular book sounds super weird. It's about a guy who I think is dying of cancer or some sort of disease that there isn't a cure for, so he gets his head decapitated and frozen for when they have a cure for it, and so in the near future, much sooner than he was anticipating, his head is reattached to a body because they found a cure. So I just think that sounds really weird but really interesting. So I'm really hoping this is something that is very entertaining, maybe has some deeper messaging in it, which I'm sure it does because John Corley Whaley. The next thing I picked up is a graphic novel, and it is The Renshis, and this is a first-second comic. I honestly don't know what it's about. I just really like first-second comics. I generally like their art style a lot, and I think they are really fun. So I just quickly read the inside flap, and basically this is about a gang of ruthless children like fighting for humanity, which sounds hilarious. So I'm hoping this is just that. Hilarious. I'll let you know though. And the last three things I got from Book Outlet very much go together, and it is the trilogy of The Search for Wandla by Tony Ditzililitsi. As you know, I read and loved the first one last month. I had the paperback edition, but I saw that they had the hardcover editions of the entire trilogy on Book Outlet, so I got them. I'll quickly show you the covers now. The first one being The Search for Wandla. The second one being, which I'm currently reading, A Hero for Wandla. And the last one being The Battle for Wandla. And the cool thing I noticed while flipping through these is that they all still contain full-page illustrations, but each book has its own color tonality. So like the first book is green, the second book has more blue, and the third book is like orange-red, which I just think is amazing. I'm so excited to read these. Yay! And the very last book I picked up this month is a hunker, and it is Layer of Dreams by Libba Bray. This is the sequel to The Diviners, which I read 2 years ago now. 2 years ago, two Octobers ago I read it. Loved it. So I'm excited that this finally came out. It's a 1920s paranormal detective-esque series. It's really great. They're huge though, so I don't really know when I'm gonna have time to pick this guy up. Hopefully soon, because I really love Libba Bray's writing. It's very immersive. But yeah, this guy. Alrighty guys, that is my October book haul. Let me know down below some books you're really excited for, and I will see you guys soon with another video soon. Goodbye!